Welcome to the Scrapyard. I'm your host, BC.
I'm Flaming Bees.
I'm the Savage.
I'm Aladar.
Let's try that again. Welcome to the Scrapyard. I'm your host,
Everyone
BC.
keeps freezing up on my end. I'm
Whatever,
Aladar.
We'll skip it. We're skipping it. Never mind.
It's fun.
And today we're going to be talking about toxicity within the community as a whole. So, who would like to start on this?
Toxicity. Okay, yeah.
Well,
Transformers, like they're all kinds of different iterations. There are people who just the G1ers. Those are the ones who I feel like are the most toxic. What?
Can you come closer to the mic? We can't hear you.
Guys weren't able to hear me perfectly fine before. What's going on? Better?
Much better. Okay.
You're mumbling.
Anyway.
I like those odds.
Anyway, G1ers. Those people who are members of the Transformers fandom are familiar with that term. G1ers, the ones who strictly only love G1. Anything new, they pretty much hate. Have to bash it, nitpick it, whatever. They have to bash everything that's new. Everybody's got their likes and dislikes. Everybody's different. Nobody has to all like the same exact things. I mean, I've made an effort to try and get into the Unicron trilogy. I just can't get into it. But does that give me an excuse to make fun of other people for liking it too? I mean, just about all you, at least most of you guys, love it. Do I bash you guys for liking it? No. It's called respect. It's called respecting other people's opinions.
Yeah, I've had a couple nasty run-ins with people just because, I love Armada. It's my favorite show, and I frequently talk about it. And I've had many, many interactions with people who outwardly are just like, yeah, you like Armada? You're actually the worst. You're literally the worst person alive. You shouldn't have been born. Stop ruining my franchise. It's not that bad, but I'm kind of over-exaggerating, but it gets to almost that point though. People get really heated over this stuff, and it's just annoying.
It's a good thing we're not talking. It's a good thing we're starting.
The death threats over Prime having flames.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one. Wait, truck not monkey.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Unless you're Aladar over here. Monkey, not truck.
Monkey, not truck. Monkey, not truck.
I've just had a lot of people bite my head off for being like, I prefer vehicles, and then I get my head ripped
everyone is
off.
frozen on my end.
Monkey and truck.
Yeah, I like monkey and truck. That's what it's all about.
That's how it should be. But of course, some people can't get that through their fucking brains.
It's funny how they're arguing about the number one that would be considered the Mary Sue character, because Optimus Prime kind of can come out like that sometimes. I love how they're always talking about how Optimus has these altercations, yet no one worries about Megatron.
This is true. Megatron is out here with a billion different alt modes, and ironically, I don't think I've ever seen anyone get in an actual argument over I think Megatron should be this thing and not this thing. Die.
I prefer my handgun so I can do something to myself with it. I can't say that thing because we'll get fucking copyright stricken right immediately hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The only true arguments over Megatron's alt mode is to whether or not he should stay at Walter P-38.
It's just it's interesting though the things that people can be needlessly toxic about, because you're like, oh, Megatron, who's about 1,000 different things, you don't see crap for it, but then God forbid Optimus Primal exists. It's really interesting the things people choose to be mad about.
Exactly. All of a sudden you're up in fucking arms. They even fucking specified it's not the same fucking guy.
Yeah, it's not even the same character.
What are you? If it actually was Optimus Prime, I would understand the argument there. I definitely would. It's a separate fucking character.
Gee, look, it's Optimus Prime. What if I were to put a single line across his chest to make him look different? No! Stop it! You're bad! Your family's bad! End yourself!
You know what? You know
Look
what?
at hamster and you're full of smells of elderberries.
One of these days, I'm going to take one of those fucking G1ers. I'm going to sit them down in a fucking chair. I'm going to tie them to that shit. And I'm going to force them to watch the entirety of the Bayverse. And I'm going to make them accept it. That's how I'm going to interrogate anyone who's a G1er.
If they're G1ers, is it a logical insult to call them blockheads?
Son of a bitch, that actually is a logical
That's pretty
argument.
funny. That's pretty funny. I like that.
Yeah, going back to BC's point about the live action movies and torturing them with them, something that was pretty prominent back in 06, 07, people were threatening the crew of the original 07 movie with death because, Prime has flames. He's not a flat nose.
Okay, and?
I still see so much like toxicity about the Bay films, though. Like people have not shut up about it. Like,
here's the thing. Michael Bay's original argument as to why he wasn't the flat nose was because the way he transformed, a flat nose would not have been able to realistically hold all the pieces that would make his truck mode.
Although, wasn't there literally a scene in the 07 movie where before he literally engages with the fight with Bone Crusher that he fucking had like a flat chest for a moment? Because I remember like being a split second, like in midst of his transformation, when Bone Crusher got done transforming.
Honestly, I think that's just kind of a BS excuse. I honestly, of all the things about the Bay movies to get mad at, I that's probably the funniest thing to me. Is like, his truck. Don't talk about the writing.
No. See, the reason why I bring this up. What the fuck did Prime turn into at the beginning of Age of Extinction?
A flatbed truck.
A fucking flat nose.
Yeah.
A flat nose.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty funny.
I feel like Michael Bay may have just like done that just to please the G1ers.
No,
or to piss him off.
That was him eating crow.
That's one other thing about the Bay movies that don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, none of them make no sense.
For those audio listening, he's holding a figure of Barricade currently.
And no, Barricade, none of us are username the Ladies Man 217.
The argument about this character he never dies.
Yeah, he does just kind of disappear and then come back.
And then he suddenly has a different
Twice.
alt mode. He doesn't get that much badly damaged. He got shot in the eye.
Pardon me.
All he did was get shot in the fucking eye.
Anyway,
And it's like,
I'm gonna
let me just
I'm gonna move us. I'm gonna move us back to what we're supposed to be talking about, kind of. With the Bay movies, though, I see consistently because most of the Bayverse fans that are super into it tend to be usually young preteens right now. Like they're usually I see a lot of 13, 14-year-olds that love those movies, and the amount of times I see them just get ripped to shreds by so much of the fandom because they enjoy those movies, and it's just
It reaches the point where, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it reaches that point where they no longer even want to be a part of the fandom.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Yeah,
And with that being said, I don't mean to derail this again, but I need to fucking say this. And if anybody ends up choosing to just take this specific part of this episode and record it and make it a YouTube video on its own, by all means, go ahead. I don't care at this point.
Have fun.
Here's the thing.
Make it a TikTok sound.
I do not give a fuck what has happened to you in your own fucking lifetime. I don't. I honestly fucking don't. I don't give a shit if you were picked on, if you were ridiculed, if you were treated like shit entirely because you chose to keep liking Transformers. You will never, under any circumstance, have the right to sit here and ruin the fandom for anybody else just because it goes against what you like. There's no fucking reason for this.
We're not a hive mind. Stop acting like it.
And just, I don't understand why it is so fucking impossible for people to understand that there's a fucking fine line between liking what you like and discrediting what you don't.
Yeah.
And even when you're discrediting what you don't like, that's fucking fine. Don't slam that shit down everybody else's fucking throat.
Yeah, there's a fine line between, criticizing a piece of media and bullying people that like that piece of media relentlessly, Like,
case in point, False Convoy. I hate the fact that you are a fucking Transformers fan because you're wearing a fucking flannel jacket. Get out of this fucking stream right now.
Well, you heard him. Well.
You really think anybody would actually accept that out of me, especially nowadays with how much I preach that we need to protect each other?
Yeah.
Each and every one of you would literally be ordering to have my head on a fucking pike.
Kill my Prime! Kill my Prime!
Just
kill the Grand Poobah.
Eliminate even the toughest
the point
names.
that I needed to make here. This has been boiling my blood for a while, and I need to get this out. We as a fan base need to be better. And it's not even about the toys at this point. I'm well past that. We as a community need to start treating each other better. We as a community need to start giving more of a shit about each other. We as a community need to learn to respect each other. That's my fucking issue. And I've had enough. If toxicity is what you get off of, get the fuck off of my page. Rant over.
Yeah, no, that's completely you're right 100% to say that. Like, it's just so crappy. Like, just to have it's neat. Like, at one point I legitimately received, someone told me to kill myself because I like Transformers Armada, Like, that, no one needs to go through that with anything in this fandom. We all need to just be like, okay, because we all like the same thing. We all like the big red robot that turns into the truck and fights the gray robot. Sometimes he's different colors, but still, the point, we all like the same thing. We just like different versions of it, and it's it's just ridiculous. It's just, I don't get it.
Yes, and on that note, yeah, like I mentioned previously, I tried to get into the Unicron trilogy. I can't just get into Transformers Armada because I have my issues with it. I feel like the dubbing is bad, the voice acting is bad. Some of the characterizations, I feel like they should have been a bit more faithful to how they were or should have been in the Japanese dub. I just can't get into it. But does that mean that I'm going to trash everyone for liking it? No, because, like I said, I may not like it. I don't see myself getting into it unless somebody could find a way to change my opinion and mind about it. But at the same time, it does not give me the right to treat any of you guys badly for that because, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty much I'm probably the only person who does not like the Unicron trilogy. So like I said, I don't know how many times we all have to say this. Everybody's got their likes and dislikes. I respect that you guys love it. In fact, one Transformers franchise I need to get into is RID 2001. But that's probably for another topic, another day. But if you don't like the Bayformers movies, then just simply say, I don't like them. I don't like the writing. I don't like the directing. I don't like this. I don't like Devastator has balls. Just don't bash anybody for liking it.
Criticize, do not bully.
I have my issues with the Bayformers movies. Yeah, that doesn't stop me from buying the figures because I think they're pretty damn cool. Some movies have their moments. I mean, okay, my least favorite movie of the Bayformers is Revenge of the Fallen. But there's some people who love that the most of all the live action movies. Because I don't like it, I'm just like, if you like it, okay, whatever.
Anyways, Savage, I'm pretty sure you wanted to say something.
I was gonna say yeah, they all have their own ups and downs. They all have their own bullshittery. Hell, I'm not toxic, but if you were to walk up to me like, hey, my favorite characters from Revenge of the Fallen is Skids and Mudflap, I'm going to tease the shit out of you for that kind of crap. But again, it's only teasing and not, I'm going to stab you because you'd like two races on a fucking show that was meant to show races. No, I'm just going to fucking tease the shit out of you. That's all I'm going to do. I'm only here to make entertainment and have fun. Don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, I've like, whenever I hear people talk about Skids and Mudflap, I try not to be like, oh, you're the worst for liking them. I try to explain to them like, hey, these two actively do represent a racist stereotype, and I think you should rethink your liking for them. You do you. That's usually how I approach that whenever I've had to talk about it with people.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, I'm not a fan of them because, like you said, because they represent, racial stereotype. But if somebody likes them, thinks they're funny, I'm just like, okay. I mean, I may not like it, but hey, just okay, like what you like.
Aladar had to go because he's having computer issues right now. So just if anybody was wondering why he just up and went, that's why.
He might be back, so we'll see.
We'll see. Anyways.
Do we just talk about the Transformers, or can we talk about any other toxicity? Because let's not bring up Xbox.
See, I'm adamantly avoiding the video game toxicity because let me be real, as much as the Xbox community as well as the PlayStation community for all intents and purposes as well, yeah, they have some toxic behaviors, but I can name you 2 franchises right now that have it way worse than even Transformers.
Star Wars.
Call of Duty, and I'm going to guess Star Wars.
Star Wars is one of them, yes, but the other one, Power Rangers.
Yes, yes.
Again.
Just let me flex real quick.
Oh, Ranger mode.
Let me be clear. As much as the toxicity within the Transformers community annoys me, we got it easy there. Star Wars is unbelievable, and Power Rangers is just as bad. There are people that was in the Power Rangers franchise alone have made death threats to others just because when they did a Adam Park cosplay where he was outside of the suit, a guy got torn to shreds for it because he wore a gray shirt. A gray shirt for the Black Ranger. I can understand, your clothes got to match the color of your Ranger. Like, I get that. But if you're going to trash all the hard work you put into that over a gray shirt, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like,
just go suck a lemon, dude. I mean, just go suck a friggin' lemon.
So Aladar is basically saying for the Star Wars fandom, that whole entire franchise's fandom needs a fucking reboot.
Oh.
That's great.
Yeah, it does.
The Star Wars toxicity is fucking endless. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean,
the Star Wars needs a new prequel, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the only one thing. Okay, one thing I hate about like many people in the Star Wars fandom is that everybody loves the original trilogy, but then there are people who hate and bash on the freaking prequels. I mean, it's from what I've heard. I don't know if this is true. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard that's probably one of the factors why George Lucas sold Lucasfilm, because
it actually was.
Yeah, because just writing Star Wars films just wasn't fun anymore, because the fandoms just like fucking suck the fun out of it because they're just gonna criticize him for it. And like Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, he got so much backlash for playing for the character and like so many threats for it that he's about to do something rash. He's about to do something rash. Let's put it at that. I mean, I honestly never had any issues with Jar Jar Binks. That's just me. Probably the minority that actually likes him. Don't send the lynching mob, please. And then, like...
Off on his head!
Kill him!
Anyway, go on. I'm sorry. I had to.
So then the sequels come out. I'm going to express my opinion on the sequels. I feel like they could. I mean, could they have been better? Yes.
Fuck yes.
Could they have ended it in a way that kind of was a little better? Yes.
Fuck yes.
But it's Star Wars. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like The Rise of Skywalker, I feel like they should have gone with what they originally planned, which was like a completely different script, which from what I've heard, fans preferred that over what we got. But at the same time, it's Star Wars. We got to see some familiar faces, some new characters that at least some of us like. But people,
I liked Kylo Ren a lot. He was cool. He's like my main
That's the only
takeaway
character
from
that was
that.
probably likable from the entire franchise, to be fair.
And it just got so much hate. What's up?
Oh.
The Ruby fandom.
Oh God.
The what?
Ruby.
Yeah, I wasn't done yet though. I just hate how you're not a real Star Wars fan if you like the prequels. You're not a real Star Wars fan if you like the sequels. No, you're a Star Wars fan, a real one, if you like anything Star Wars, even if it came from Disney. Now, okay.
Revolutionary thinking right here, guys.
No. Quiet. Clap for this man. Clap for this man.
Okay. Rogue One. I really liked Rogue One. And then the Han Solo spin-off movie. I don't know why it got so much hate. I don't know why it got such bad reviews. I mean, it felt like Star Wars. It looked like Star Wars. I mean, just because it didn't have like pew, 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 as much as we're used to. I mean, there was still some pew-pew-ness in there, but it was still Star Wars.
I don't know. For me, Solo felt weird. I know it's Star Wars, but I'll say on my point when I saw it, I don't know, something felt weird about it.
Yeah.
I liked the movie, but it was just so forgettable. Rogue One, though, I fucking loved Rogue One. That shit was awesome. It was a good movie.
One thing that I guess every Star Wars fan, both casual and hardcore, original trilogiers, one thing everybody can agree on, this is the way.
Honestly, Mandalorian and Clone Wars definitely have been kind of like a source of everyone, go find someone who watched it and didn't like it. It's definitely most of the fan base, I think, can kind of come together on those two things and kind of be like, okay, yeah, those are pretty good. We like.
Let me make something very clear here, real quick, though. I know Bees and Savage already know for a fact on this one. I am not a Star Wars fan. Period.
Yeah.
Just nada. The only reason why I watched any of the Star Wars movies, aside from Solo and Rogue One, was because I was obligated to. I had already seen the original trilogy. As I was growing up, I saw the prequel trilogy. So by that logic, I was kind of forced into a commitment to finish it out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I am not under any circumstance a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I get it.
So imagine my fan base is like, and when I say fan base, I'm talking people who are familiar with me and enjoy hearing my opinion, especially when I have a tendency to sit here and trash Star Wars. Imagine their surprise when I got on a fucking video that specifically talked about The Mandalorian and I sang its praises.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. The non-Star Wars fan loves The Mandalorian.
This is the way.
It is.
This is the way.
Question: are we keeping this spoiler free or no? Because what I was about to say next may actually judge a little bit.
Well, that depends on what you're about to talk about.
Well, I was literally about to say the ending.
We'll give a warning for whatever you're gonna do, and then
If you're worried about spoiling anything, then just don't bother saying it at all. Like, that's just my general rule.
I'll just say this though: the ending could be better.
Okay,
yeah,
right,
I mean,
fair enough.
yeah.
I'll leave it at that then. I won't go into detail. I'll say it could be a whole lot.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but relatively speaking.
So, anyways, I realized that basically for the past little over 25 minutes, we've been super negative. So, with that said, let's kind of shift gears a little bit because I feel like we got out what we needed to say about the toxicity. So let's talk about the things that within the Transformers fandom, the Power Rangers fandom, or whatever fandoms we're a part of that we love.
I like this so far. Again, I'm holding a barricade, but this is a Masterpiece movie barricade.
Yeah, that is honestly a very good toy, and I'm so glad you listened to me on that. That is a great figure, all things considered.
Yes.
If you
Let's
do
see,
get
what do I-
MPM Ironhide, though, don't transform it.
Hey, what do I like that's Transformers? I got this guy, this one. I got this black one.
I don't think I have any Transformers nearby.
Got
you're
another
not-
one.
For the audio listeners, False Convoy is just yanking out Nemesis Primes out the wazoo.
Hey, Savage. You know how you love to get on my case when you feel like I'm flexing? He spends almost double on all of those.
Because this one is this one.
Let me just pull out more.
These were
Nemesis
mine.
Primes, Nemesis Primes.
Yeah, you think I'm flexing? You think I'm flexing?
Bro, you want to see something terrifying? Just real quick, real brief tangent. This is a prototype. There's 2 of these. Only 2. It's got the little do not sell thing on it. This was
Oh.
never released, and I have it.
How the hell did you manage that?
I found it. Dead ass. Dead fucking ass. I found it at TF God. I bought a bin with a bunch of shit in it. This was in the bottom.
Wow.
Since we're on that, let me kind of dive into a franchise that, as a kid, I've loved. That I still love to this day. That being Digimon.
Pokemon. Oh.
Poor Savage here. We're all sitting here just pulling stuff out of our ass, and he's just like, I have a barricade.
Send off the electric mob.
Skull
Well,
Gundam.
no, but-
Fuck you.
Skull Gundam. Skull Gundam. Skull Gundam. Aw. Oh, I'm
I think
hurt.
this is Skull. No, wait, no. This ain't.
Oh,
this is-
man, I'm hurt. Oh, I'm so hurt. Barbatos Lupus Rex high grade. Anyways, we're just trying to lighten the mood at this point, guys. Fact is,
Dead.
We're gonna show our decks on Gundams, huh?
Oh no.
Well,
Convoy, please.
I
Calm
shall
down.
travel in peace
Convoy,
there
please.
resistance.
boss,
Yes,
stop,
I resist
stop.
that.
Perfect grade Axiom lighting model.
I mean, if we're gonna get in the perfect grades here, give me a second.
Oh, it's
What
a
have I
big measuring
done?
contest now.
All I did was pull out a barricade, and all of a sudden everyone's like, aha.
we have to measure our penises. That's what we do here. But it's like,
Okay.
with figures.
Let's not say that out loud. This is still. I mean, we may be adults, but come on.
Well, it's a dick measuring contest of plastic. That's what it is.
A plastic dick measuring contest.
Yeah. Banshee.
Perfect grade Banshee Norn.
I don't want to go destroy my shelf, but I have a perfect strike, but he's surrounded by high grades, so I don't want to move it.
Ah, okay.
But
The
yeah,
strong
so
surrounded by the weak.
to swing us back into what we're talking about. Positive things that we like about fandoms. We like plastic. We like it when the things we like are in plastic.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
And
Plastic
they were.
good.
And they were.
And I like anything. Get ready. Live unmasking. It's supposed to light up. There we
Oh,
go.
that's cool. That's
So
awesome.
that has a attach a tactical light to this. This is the most you guys are ever going to see of my face. And I just broke my damn creed. Damn it.
You are no longer a Mandalorian. You have outcasted yourself. You are no
to
longer.
kind of swing it.
You are no
into-
longer a child of the Watch.
Savage,
Just
What?
don't think you can dethrone him. Don't think you
Took
can
off
do
the
that.
helmet. What do you mean I don't get to dethrone? He took it off.
Post privilege, bitch.
all right. To swing it into fandom positivity. Something that I've loved for years now is the convention atmosphere.
Yes!
More specifically, I want to talk about TFCon because
Never been to it.
okay, TFCon, more specifically the Toronto one, I have gone to for the past like fucking 15 years. And I go every year with my mother. We've gone ever since I was like 6. And because she loves Transformers. She's a big Transformers fan. She grew up with it in the 80s. She loves it. And we go together, and every year it's like, you know, I don't get the chance to spend a lot of time with my mom, but every year we always have those 2 days where it's just me and her. We go have fun. We go to the convention, spend way more money than we should. And it's fucking awesome there. Like, the people there are wonderful. You can talk to everybody. Like, I love that. I can just talk to anyone there and they know what I'm talking about. You know, it's the convention atmosphere is a wonderful time and it has affected me. I have never had a negative experience at TFCon. The folks over there are doing an amazing job and I love them to death. Like, everything that they put on, I don't know, I can't speak for the other branches, but the Toronto branch, they fucking wonderful
They nail
people.
it every time.
They nail it every fucking time, and it's been a wonderful experience for me ever since I was a kid. And yeah, I think that if I could give credit to anything in the Transformers community, it would be TFCon. Like, I would sell my soul to them. Like,
Yeah. I went to a collector's convention last summer, and it's the first and so far only convention I've ever been to in my entire 30 plus years of life. And one thing that will always stick out to me is like, yeah, I met Vic Mignogna. He was very nice. He's like very funny, very nice. And then
If I'm allowed to interject, this beautiful human right here, Mr. Bees, we got to give him a massive shout out real quick because he's the reason why I got the new review intro.
yeah, so yeah, I remember I was about to leave, but then I was like, oh shoot, I just remembered I need to get Linda Young, aka the voice actress for Frieza, to say something like a little Dragon Ball Z abridged quote. Get a quote from her from Dragon Ball Z abridged Frieza. I asked her like beforehand if how much it would cost, and yeah, I did not have enough money left, but there was a fan nearby who gave me $20, a $20 bill to get that video, and I was like, oh man, thank you, man. So because of him, I got a video of Linda Young saying as Frieza, and when you see Vegeta, tell him like a bitch. And everyone within earshot was laughing hysterically.
honestly,
Like a bitch.
meeting voice actors is such a cool thing. Like, at those cons, one of the I've met a lot of the voice actors that have been on Transformers. Probably my favorite interaction I've had was, I don't remember the guy's name. I have a hard time with names, but he's the voice actor for G1 Ultra Magnus. And I met him when I was like 6. This was like the first con he was there that I went to, and he was the nicest. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but the interaction I had with him was wonderful. I went up there and like. Growing up, Ultra Magnus is one of my favorite characters, so I was so psyched to meet him. I was like, yes, I meet Ultra Magnus, losing my mind. And I brought my G1 figure, and he signed it for me. It's in a display case over there. I can go grab it later if you want. And he signed it for me, and like he shook my hand, and it was just like this. He was so fucking friendly. I don't know how to explain this properly, but like it was so cool because it's like, wow, I met Ultra Magnus.
Yes,
like,
Savage?
Awesome.
Jack Angel, that's what his name was.
You missed a perfect opportunity on that regard there, Sir False Convoy. You should have attempted to give him the you should have went up to him like, okay, I would like you to sign this, but it's inside that box. And just if his brain were to function on that day, any Ultra Magnus fan would know this. He would grab the box, and the moment he attempted to open it, he'd go,
damn it, open!
damn it, open! If you're a voice actor for Ultra Magnus, take that opportunity to do that. Come on.
If I wasn't 6, I probably would have had something funnier, but like, I don't know. So that made my fucking year.
Yeah, but Savage, you got to bear in mind, he probably just couldn't deal with it that day.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think he passed away a few years ago too. Like he was very old when I met him. He was probably in his like late 70s,
Jack
But
Angel.
still,
Yeah,
it's
Jack
cool.
Angel's still alive.
Is he? He is? Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Let me just say this right now, real quick, though, because none of us have pointed except for one person. Hi, V. Anyway.
Yes, hi, V. We're getting really engrossed in conversation, so, like, if it seems like we're not paying attention to you guys, we are. Trust me, we are.
Toxicity, you must be talking about my content. Yeah, your shit is trash. Get out of here. Oh, wait. Shit.
Savage, look at me. Better?
I mean, considering that fact that I broke... Wow, there's 2 of us breaking creeds today. Holy shit.
Damn, if only I had my Darksaber from GameStop, this would have been awesome for me to like play up a whole Mando thing. Something I wanted to say out loud.
Anyway.
Yeah, V, it felt like he just smacked me with a Star Destroyer, if you know that reference.
And yet he asks for it consistently. I don't understand why. I don't understand.
Cause it's hilarious to you.
It is. Anyways, since we're kind of on the topic of memories at conventions, she's normally not one to get on screen and actually show her face. So my wife, for our 1-year anniversary of dating, bought us tickets to go to TFCon back in 2018.
That's awesome.
And when we went, I got to meet the voice actor for Cheetor, which was pretty awesome. But I also got to meet 2 toy reviewers. A personal favorite of mine, Bobby Skullface, and one that we have known for quite a long time, especially if we've been watching toy reviews since YouTube's glory days.
Jobby the Hung?
No. Vangelis.
Oh yeah. He goes to
Never heard of
TFCon.
him.
I see him there.
I've never heard of him.
Get out of my stream right now, Savage.
I only know of Emgo and Jobby the Hong.
Get out of my stream!
Yeah, no, I listened to Vangelis last TFCon I went to. there's a panel where like people were talking about like what their favorite Transformers show was, and they made like a presentation about it. Vangelis was one doing the panel, and his bit was about Transformers Energon, and it was so fucking funny. Like he went there, he was like, okay, don't yell at me. It's like Energon, and then like he clicked the little button, and just the whole capture was like, kicker. It was really fucking funny.
I mean, I've never heard of the guy, so
he's funny. He's got a good sense of humor, and he's a good reviewer.
Yes, I agree with Aladar. Out with the savage.
Off with his head.
no one has shared me footage of this guy, so what would I know?
Go to YouTube.
Go to you.
Watch Transformers reviews. You'll eventually find one. It's impossible.
Hashtag exile the savage.
I like Mantis reviews for the third party Master Megatron figures. Apollyon, Mitron, and what the heck is his name? Despotron. I watched his reviews to I went to his reviews to decide which third party Megatron I wanted. I ended up getting Apollyon first, but then in recent years I'm like, dang, this figure is kind of flimsy. Let's see what the other options were again. Okay, I'll get Despotron.
So, anyways, Bob Skullface, if you're even watching this, I doubt you are, but thank you for being an absolutely awesome human being. Just seriously, dude, you are an amazing person, you're an amazing father, you're an amazing husband. And the fact that you do so much for not just this community, but all the communities you are a part of, when I say he's a solid dude, that's not even putting it correctly in words. He is despite how many people feel about him, you can tell just by the way he carries himself. He is not somebody that's going to sit there and lie dead to your face.
Yeah. I love his content. Yeah, he makes awesome reviews.
He really does. Shut up, B. But Evangelist takes the cake here. Because for one, I attended his panel there. I was like a fucking kid bouncing in my seat because I was literally looking at it he is literally 20 feet in front of me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
How do you think I felt when I got in a fucking elevator with it? I didn't know he was there. I got in an elevator. I'm like, wait, is that Evangelist?
I mean, the only time I've ever actually interacted with an, in my opinion, famous YouTuber toy reviewer, I had one quick response from Emgo. I didn't expect him to actually respond to that. I forget what it was. It was on one of his videos, but it was like, "Oh, hi."
How have you rectified the Savage's issue, Aladar?
He sent me a link to one of his videos.
There's a.
I met myself once. Once!
But when we went back out to the dealer room because you're at a con, of course you're going to be visiting the fucking dealer room.
I must go spend all the money.
That is where the money is spent. But we went kind of walking around, and I saw him chatting it up with somebody. So me and the wife walked up to him, and we started having a bunch of conversations. And around that time, I had quit the YouTube game. I was done. I had enough. I wasn't just, the way I was doing things wasn't working out for me anymore, and it was feeling like a job away from my job. It wasn't fun for me anymore. So I finally just said I was done. So I was telling him all this stuff, And what I initially thought I was going to get out of him was, oh, yeah, I can understand that. Well, sorry, buddy. Maybe in another lifetime or some other crap like that. I shit you not, this dude literally looked me dead in the eye and went, why? Why?
Why you do this?
Why would you quit doing it? If you're a part of this fandom and you love talking about them, that should be reason enough to keep going.
Yeah.
And we started getting into all this, and this is what made the whole thing for me. Why he takes the cake is the best part of that entire trip. My wife was standing next to me, confused like a deer in headlights. When she was making this face, he saw it out of the corner of his eye. Stopped me for a second. Focused his attention on her. Brought her up to speed. Got it good. Right back to me. Just like that. Who else do you know that does that?
Good point.
Just hands down, he made that entire experience at TFCon. Even if I didn't end up coming home with anything, if I didn't buy a single fucking thing that entire trip, that alone would have made the whole trip worth it.
How? How the fuck do you go there and not spend it? I go there and I'm like, I will spend $200 this time. $1,500 later, I walk out.
Yeah, the one and only convention I've gone to so far, because I was in between jobs at the time. Yeah, like I only had so much money to spend. Like the money I spent, it was money I had financially planned on ahead of time. And I learned that some of the things, some of the vendors and some the voice actors, some of them only accepted cash, some accepted cash and card. So yeah, I had to get some money out of the nearby ATM. Like, these fees are ridiculous. They're gonna financially screw me over. So yeah, I spent money on getting. Yeah, I spent money to get an autograph and photo with and from Vic Mignogna. I got an autograph photo from him for BC's wife, because she missed out. Yeah, she missed out on an opportunity to get an autograph from him. So I was like, hey,
well, I'm gonna get into that. Just
and I can't remember if the intro that I had gotten for BC, like I can't remember if that was part of the bundle or if he just did that for free. I can't remember for the life of me, honestly. But then there's also the the free $20 for the video from Linda Young. And even then, like after like spending all of that, I'm just like, ow, my wallet. Because bear in mind, I didn't have a job yet at that point. So I'm like, God, if I was employed at the time, I would have spent a whole lot more. They had all kinds of good stuff there. They had some mint sealed G1 figures. They had a mint sealed knockoff G1 Shockwave, which despite the fact it was a knockoff, I would have bought it.
Yeah. It's just cool.
so yeah. The con life is a life that's expensive, but God, it's worth it. And it's one of the major things that really sheds a positive light on these fan bases. And once again, it's not just with the Transformers, it's with Power Rangers, Star Wars. Like, just there's a lot of positivity within the fan bases as well. And that's why I ultimately feel like we need to scrutinize the toxic behavior more than we actually do. And at this point, I feel like this would be a good time to cut this. So if anybody else has anything else they want to say, this would be your time to say.
This is what I should. This is what I have to say. This is what you should walk away from this doing. Don't bully, criticize, and spend all your money at TFCon. Don't be a pussy. Go buy stuff.
But we want you to save your money and then spend it all on comic book characters and toys.
Keep your money. Go to TFCon, and don't criticize people for what they well. Don't criticize people. Criticize media.
Don't be an asshole.
That's the moral. That's the lesson you walk away with.
No. We need to be better.
Simple
That's the long and short of it.
Thou shalt not be a sphincter.
But what False here has said, do not bully, criticize. I want people to listen to that. Because there is a difference between criticizing and bullying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're criticizing, if you're telling somebody that something that they are doing isn't right, that's criticizing. Which, to a specific level, that's okay. Because at least then, your criticism is towards somebody else's actions. Bullying is being the person that needs to be criticized.
As it is the same way to classify a bully as well as a someone who's looking to make a crime. They're not looking for a crime, they're looking for a victim.
It's very different when that victim decides to fight back. Because now all of a sudden, your little plaything is done being your plaything. What are you going to do then? Bullies don't fight. They pick on you. That's it.
Oh, that just reminded me of that just reminded me of something that happened to me like about 4 years ago. I believe is when I had gotten the Toys R Us exclusive, the reissue of MP10. I don't know if anybody on the Transformers the fan groups like still do this anymore, but like some of them would like post a picture of their package they got in the mail and tell people to guess what's in the box. I had some people make guesses. I had one person just fucking troll it, saying like just talking shit and telling me I'm a disappointment to my family. And this guy was like, this guy was old enough to be my dad. Let's put it that way. So I messaged him like, dude, what is your problem? If you don't like something, if you have a problem with what I'm posting, keep on scrolling. I mean, this is pathetic because you're old enough to be my dad, and me telling you how to behave is just pathetic. And his argument is that like the whole guess what's in the box thing is stupid and childish. I just tell him, grow up.
You're stupid and childish.
Yeah, like you're being stupid and childish. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you have a problem with something somebody's posting, I mean, if it's petty, if it's not like hurting anyone's feelings or committing any crimes, both online crimes or whatever.
Pretending that this is a phone real quick. Here's the magic of today's technology. You don't like something, you can just keep scrolling.
Hey,
that's all you gotta do.
And here's how it's done in the past days with phones like this.
Just make like the All-American Reject and move along.
Just be nice or shut the fuck up.
Thou shalt not be a sphincter.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming on. With all that said, I hope you guys took something out of this. I've been your host, BC.
I've been the Savage.
I've been Flaming Bees.
I'm False Convoy.
There was an Aladar.
There was an Avatar.
Well, we gotta point him out as well. He was here.
He was here. He was here. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, we still got a couple. We still got a few minutes. So I guess if you guys want to plug something, I'll allow it just this once. But
Okay.
Plug something. Okay, V your shit. Get out of here.
I'm plugging the fuck out of some shit. All right. So, I think that this man BC, he's seen what I'm working on. I'm working on a review, and there's a cool little bit before it, and you can check it out on my YouTube channel, False Convoy. It's going to be the first video on there. Should be out tonight. It's gonna be cool. Peep it. Also follow Instagram. Also False Convoy. I post things. It's funny. They're not actually
weird.
funny. They're just pictures of figures. Check it out. Yeah.
Screens are weird.
on my end. I was like, what the heck?
On my
B?
side, he's dead.
B, huh?
For me, you're here. So I was trying to point at you. I don't know who I
He
pointed
was.
at.
We're just fucking around.
Yeah, I was trying to point at you, but it's like pointing to like I'm just like, what the frack? So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll point it this way.
Hey,
I'll
V?
point at you. False convoy.
V. Don't tempt the savage. He's being very tame right now.
He's being very well behaved.
I'm a good boy.
The moment
never-
I pull off
I'll
that
never-
leash,
I'll never
run.
say it again. It's rude to point. You know what? I don't care.
People know.
This is tame. No, this is bad comedy. Is what it really is. Go from
Okay, that's it. I'm ending the stream. I'm out.
This is the way.
So first things first,